Hello out there in video land. How are you? Look at this thing. I don't even know if my head's in this total thing here. I don't even know if my head's in the total thing there. Is this working, this microphone? I don't know what's going on. It's a wacky morning here in the studio. Look at this thing. I don't know what's up with it here. It's crazy this morning. Everything is nuts. Yeah, I don't get it, but I'm adjusting everything. Okay. Well, I don't know. You don't even see my whole head here, I don't think. Have to look and see what it's like. I'll lean down a little bit, but basically, yeah, we are in the studio. It is finally Friday. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is Your City, Your Voice, coming to you from the studios of 4680Q Radio in downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Your City, Your Voice. See, we got a nice little sign here that says Your City, Your Voice. I was trying to make sure I got that in the picture. Maybe that's why my head's cut off a little bit. Pretty strange things going on here. But anyway, we'll roll through the show today. I might even see if I can adjust this a little bit. This is wacky. This whole thing. I mean, it is just crazy. You put one little thing in there, and all of a sudden everything changes. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes with the show. Let's see if I can I'm just going to try to move this back a little bit and see if that maybe straightens everything out. How's that? Well, I'm in the picture a little bit more anyway. Okay, there you go. Your City, Your Voice, coming to you live here. We'll move this closer. There you go. Okay. Yeah, it's on I don't know. Hey, what do I know? I just do the show. I got a toque on. I got my hat on. When it gets over 50, I'll take my hat off. It's 40 degrees. It wasn't that great. It's all right, but it isn't anything great. I'll tell you that right now. And yeah, let's see how we get through this show with my new arrangement here. But you know what? I don't like it. I might go back to my old one. You can't see me. My head's cut off over here, I think. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Anyway, we'll get through the show. It's going to get thing. Jack Frost is nipping at your knob out there. It's a wacky weather that we're having. I don't like this at all. This setup, to be honest with you, it's I don't know. Let me see if I can adjust this again. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Maybe just move this a bit. Okay, let's see. Is that any better? Oh, maybe it is. By the time I fool around with this, on YouTube here, let's see. Let's just turn that down. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. The sign's not in there very good. See, I'm missing my sign now. You can't win. Anyway. Doesn't matter. It's there. It's there. It's there. Let's get into the show here. A little interesting story about a 110-year-old man today. Yeah, 110-year-old guy. And I'm still just adjusting this. Don't mind me. I'm not a tech nerd. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't have a producer. I don't have anything. My sign fell over. Look at that. Finally Friday. See, that's what happens on Finally Friday. Look at it. I can't see my sign now. Let's see. I can take the whole show monkeying around this. But I'm not gonna. Live radio. Look at it. See? This is live radio. This is why I love live radio, live video. Things happen. I got the phantom of the studio here today with me. These things do happen. They do happen. And who knows, I might have pulled this out now. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I know one thing. Your car's ready to go to Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. That's right. Today's the day you make your appointment to get in there, get it all checked out, and make sure everything's running tip-top. You want your car running tip-top this time of year. You don't want to break down. You don't want to have any problems. So what do? You take it into Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. You make sure that your car's running. It's not going to break down. Ken's got a free spring inspection going. Take it in there. Let him look at your car. He's going to put it on all his diagnostic equipment and make sure there's no error codes, make sure everything's all right. And away you go. You're good to go for the summer. Happy motoring. He's going to check everything for you, so you're going to be safe. And if you get in a wreck, he's got a full body shop there. Take your car in, wreck, send it back to you in showroom condition. How can you beat that? Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Oakwood Drive next to the Kia dealership. And you can go to wildbillsauto.ca, make appointments, see what he's got to offer. A lot of tips in there on cars, too. So get over to the website and support our sponsors because they support you. Our other two sponsors, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue and Hamill Machine Company. We'll get to them later in the show unless something else goes wrong here. It's been a goofy morning already, but not a lot of Facebook funnies. I usually go to Facebook funnies first off. That's my first stop. And there wasn't a lot, but never say never. Never say die because there's always somebody who gets into it with you, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And this morning, I have this one person, and she decided to get into it with me. You know, I really found a difference between men and women on Facebook. So if you get into it with a man, then what happens is that when they don't get their way or you dispute what they're saying or whatever, they get into a discussion with you. They go this route. You're an idiot. You're a goof. You're a moron. You're a jerk. You're Cheech and Chong like that John guy. He's not a Cheech. I look like Cheech, he said. Thank you. That's a compliment, actually. A misogynist, a racist, a white supremacist. You name it. They go through the whole thing. The whole thing, right? Women are a little bit different. What women do is right away, they say, you're a bully. You're a bully. Yeah, I don't agree with you, so I'm a bully. That's it. You're a bully. And you also have short man syndrome. Now, the one today, she said that. And I'm going like, I've never met this person. I don't know. They claim to be, this person would have to be 500 years old to do everything she said she's done. And all the people she knows. And she's related to everybody. You say you live in Niagara Falls, she's related to you. So I just passed this another loony that's on the books here. Beware of loonies. But she got into it and she called me a bully with short man syndrome. I've never met her, so she don't know how short or tall I am. So but she's voting for Carney. She loves Carney. He's the greatest thing in ever, and blah blah blah, and hates PP and everything else. And of course, I'm thanking her. I'm going, great. Keep telling everybody to vote for Carney. This makes me very happy. Why does it make me very happy? Because the sooner this guy gets in, the sooner it's the end of Canada. And the sooner it's the end of Canada, the sooner that we can get together with the United States and really make a solid economic union that's going to benefit everybody. We'll probably talk about that later. I think I got it written down to talk about. Yep. So there you go. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That's Facebook for you. That's Facebook for you. I love it. I love it. I love it. But the difference between men and women on Facebook. Yep. That's the difference. One, you're every name in the book. The other one, you're just a bully and you have short man syndrome. I don't know about that. But so that's my Facebook funnies today. No viewer comments. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying, everybody agrees with. I've got no Facebook comments, no opinions, no nothing. Good. Well, I guess that's a good thing, right? Because if they didn't agree with you, they'd be yelling at you all over the place. But I did see a good video. And Queen Street was on lockdown last night. I don't know what was going on. Somebody sent me a video. Cops were blocking off the streets all over the place. There was a whack of cops around here. I don't know what happened. We'll have to wait and get some reports from someone, but something big was going on. There's a lot of cop cars blocking off streets down here. Somebody was driving around and they put a video of it on Facebook. So I have to find out what's going on. I will report back when I find out what happened down here. I just don't know. Nobody could tell me, but something was going on big. Okay, a great story in the review. Let's stick around Niagara Falls and surrounding area for now, anyway. Well, the oldest man in Canada, Bert Sizzler. Bird, B-U-R-D, Sizzler, checking in at 110 years old from Fort Erie, Ontario. God bless you, Mr. Sizzler. God bless you. God bless you. But he says that he doesn't like what Trump's doing. He says in all his 110 years on Earth, he's never seen anything like it. Well, of course you haven't. What? I mean, that's a big statement for him. Because when you've been around that long, he's been through pandemics, two of them, the Spanish flu and the COVID hoax, world wars, the Great Depression, the president of the U.S., Truman, dropping nuclear bombs on Japanese, mustard gas attacks on troops in the First World War. He worked as a customs agent, which means this guy really saw a lot of weird stuff in his day on the bridge. I'll tell you that. And he says he's never seen anything like Trump. So that's amazing. That's a big statement right there. He says, I'd like to go down there and tell him what to do. I don't think I've ever heard of a president acting the way this one is. And you know what, Mr. Sizzler? You have more common sense than most of these politicians. At 110 years old, you're still pretty sharp because that's what our politicians should be doing. They should be going down there and talking to them and telling them exactly what they would like to see as far as a union or a way to work this out. Yeah, but that's not what they're doing. They're pounding their chests and threatening. So, Mr. Sizzler, you have more common sense at 110 years old than these other clowns do. He says, Mr. Sizzler says he's sorry to see Trudeau go because Trudeau and his father both acted in the best interests of Canada. He always got that feeling that they were acting in the best interest of Canada. And Mr. Sizzler right there. I don't know about that one. I'm going to pay all due respect to you, but I don't know if they were acting in the best interests of all Canada. Now, Bird is good friends with our MPP, Wayne Gates, the Cheeto Bandito. He nominated Gates to be the NDP candidate in the riding during the last 3 provincial elections. Good for you, Mr. Sizzler. So he's involved. He knows what he's talking about. He's right into it. He's involved, and I got to say, he nominated Wayne Gates 3 times. Wayne's won 3 times. So this guy, whereas you have somebody like Jim Dudaddy, who's the kiss of death for any politician that runs, you have Mr. Sizzler, who is the angel. The angel. And God bless you, Mr. Sizzler. Good for you. Now, for the record, my mother's 99, going to be 100 this August. And she's a huge fan of President Trump. She loves the guy, tariffs or not. So there you go. 2 old people have been through most of the stuff. My mother didn't see the Spanish flu, I don't think. I think that was in the early 1900s. This guy's 10 years older than my mother. She was born in 1925. But she did see the Great Depression and 2 world wars and Korea and Vietnam and all the other stuff that went on. So there you go. Who knows? She likes Trump. She's a Trumpster. Thanks to Ray Spiteri for that great story in the review. You should read it. This gentleman, Mr. Sisley, lives in Fort Erie. He's at Garrison Village, I believe. Is a real dynamo. I'm 110 years old. It's amazing that he can even give his opinion on anything. I mean, that's one thing about my mother. She probably couldn't give you her opinion on that and that so much anymore. At 100 years old, she's with it. She plays cribbage and beats me, so she's with it. But I don't know if she's with it current events like Mr. Sizzler is. He follows it, but then again, he was with Wayne Gates and he followed his campaigns and nominated him. So God bless you, Mr. Sizzler. Keep up the good work. Thanks to Ray for putting that article in. I really got a kick out of reading it. How many people live to be 80? Never mind 110. I'll never reach that. So Niagara Lake counselors aren't getting paid enough, so they've given themselves a 2% raise from $20,000 a year to $20,400. You know, I know it's not much, but what's $400? Seriously, how many counselors are there? I don't even. But it's not a lot of money. But it's just, you know, it's just the optics. It's the point. That's what it is for me. It's the point of it all. Here's a guy. The guy that he raised the taxes 8% last year in Niagara Lake. not including like utility hikes and food hikes and gas and everything else that goes along with it. And so these guys raise their wage. I mean, for $400, you think they would have just put it in their pocket for this year and said, let's just put this in our pocket and come back with it in a couple of years when things are better and we don't have to raise taxes on people. Like they have no shame. They have no shame. I just don't see it as something you'd want to do when times are tough. But I guess they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They're going to get their extra $400, and guess what it's going to do? Help them pay their property taxes that are going up by 8%. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. And of course, the mayor gets a bigger jump because he's making like $54,000 a year now. He was making 50 grand before, so he gets a little bit bigger bump. But maybe for this year, for 2%, they could have just said, "Hey, let's give the taxpayers a break. We jammed them for 8. We'll take it easy this year." But there you go. And I heard in Toronto, that city council's giving themselves a 25% raise this year. 25%. Who gets that? Government employees, maybe. That's about it. Because nobody in the real world gets a 25% raise. Firefighters, maybe they get back pay and everything. But yeah, so there you go. I guess 8% pales in comparison to a 25% hike of the skirt. Okay, so are you ready? April 12th, are you ready for some treasure hunting, everybody? Well, in Niagara Falls, unwanted reusable items can be left at the end of your driveway for others to take. That's right. So you put the stuff you don't want at the end of your driveway, put a sign on it that says free stuff, free, so that people know, they're not taking your patio furniture off your front porch. That'll happen, believe me. But yeah, they come by, look at it, and if they want it, they throw it in the truck, and away they go. Put a sign free on it, and get it out there by 7 in the morning, and you can leave it out till 7 at night. The city will not be collecting it after. If you don't sell it, you got to take the junk back into your house because the city's not going to come and pick it up or anything. And if you leave it out there, you're going to get the bylaw guy coming by, and they're going to give you a fine. So you got to make sure you get it off the straw. So that old dresser, that old bicycle, that old air fryer, you can get rid of all this stuff you don't use anymore. Air fryers, they're fads. They're like everything else. Everybody buys these things. Keurig. What the hell else what was the other one? Keurig and Tassimo and all the other stuff that people get and buy, and they use it for about 2 weeks, and then they forget about it because of pain in the ass. So get them out there, 7 in the morning. Get them out of there off your front by 7 at night if they don't sell. And if you want, you can promote your stuff out in the front that you're going to put out there by using the city's Facebook page. It's the Facebook event page. You can put it on there, or sharing photos on Instagram or Twitter. They said our city's whoever wrote that isn't with it. I mean, it's X, not Twitter. It's X. Or using on X using the hashtag NF Curbside. Yeah, so you go to Twitter, hashtag NF Curbside, and away you go. You get to see some of the stuff that people are going to leave out. They're intending to leave out. Let's get picking, everybody. Everybody's a picker on April 12th. Niagara Falls pickers. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? I mean, there's all kinds. Canadians are brutal. They're brutal. And I'm going to tell you why after I give you an ad and talk about my second sponsor, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. Now, Pete's Pizza is not brutal. They're excellent. They know how to make a pizza using the Mancini family recipe for sauce and using the Mancini family recipe for their crust. They put Saputo, mozzarella, and brick cheese together, lay it on the sauce just in the perfect ratio, and they cook it perfect with fresh ingredients, whatever you like. They got a bevy of them. Put whatever you like on there. And yeah, they make a heck of a pizza. I'll tell you that right now. I've sent people there and they've loved it. But they don't just do pizza, they do fantastic wings. Their wings are moi. Mm. And steak and cheese poutine, regular poutine. They have a panzerotti. They have so many things on the menu. I can't even think or mention garlic bread. Anything you want, they got. So I can't mention them all because I can't. But I can tell you about some specials. And on Wednesdays, they have a party tray with 3 items for $19.99. Can't beat that. $19.99 for a party tray. And on Thursday, their wings are $9.49 a pound. So there you go. You want some wings? Thursday's the day to get them. But they have them every day. I mean, they're fantastic. You don't mind paying a little bit more if they're good, right? Right. That's what I say. Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, 905-374-2222, or Pete'sPizzaVictoria.ca. You can make your order there. They do skip, they do dash, they do it all. Get yourself a nice pizza. Nothing that makes me more happy than a pizza. Boom. Good anytime. Back to these brutal Canadians, I call them. They booed the U.S. national anthem before the Blue Jays home opener yesterday. Everybody's waiting for ball season to start. Me, I couldn't give a rat's ass. I don't care about baseball. But the people who do, that ran to the Blue Jays game, they heard the Canadians booing the American national anthem. And you know what? Karma's bad. Karma's, you know what? Because Orioles, they're playing the Baltimore Orioles, beat them 9-2. They hammered them. But I don't get these people booing the American national anthem. Why do they do that? Why don't they boo the Canadian national anthem? It's your political leaders that have been screwing you for the last 10 years, not the Americans. It's your political leaders. Why are you mad at Trump? Why are you mad at the Americans? Get out there and boo the American national anthem. What a bunch of hosers. You know, I don't get it. You got Art Carney, Norton, and Trudeau lining up to screw you, and you're booing the Americans. Oh, only in Canada, this inferiority complex they have. I don't get it, but there you go. Boo. Speaking of losers, what about these two nitwits, Colonel Ford and Art Carney? Norton? Why is their agenda to irritate and cause trouble rather than to calm the tariff wars down and make things work between Canada and the U.S.? I don't get these guys. Why are they up there? You know, I got the stuff they said here. Do they not realize a healthy and strong Canada is what Trump wants and the U.S. wants? They want us to be healthy and strong. They want us to deliver goods to them. I don't get it. I don't get it why they don't just go and talk to the guy. I mean, have they never read The Art of the Deal? I mean, he lives on negotiations. That's what he does. He lives on it. So why not go down there and have a nice talk with them instead of pounding their chest? And here we go. They don't want to do that. I swear to God, they just want to cause trouble. They don't. Bachelor Ford. He says he's going to inflict as much pain on Americans as he can. Whatever that means. Like, why would he want to do that? Why would he want to inflict pain on the Americans? It doesn't make sense. Does it benefit Ontario or Canada to inflict as much pain as possible on Americans? I mean, to even say that in the media is stupid. But it just makes the Americans laugh. They laugh. Who is this guy, Doug Ford? What the hell is he? Premier of what? Who is this? You think some guy in Mississippi knows who Doug Ford is? He gets on TV, this guy, he gets on TV yelling he's going to shut the lights off. I mean, what's he going to do? What's he going to do to cause some pain? Shut their lights off. Guess what? They're already firing up old coal-fired plants, putting people back to work, just in case he decides to pull that stunt. They have lots of energy. They just reroute it, Doug. I hate to tell you this. It's going to reroute it around your little switches that you're going to throw or whatever you're going to do. And guess what? That's not going to work. They've got lots of energy, and once they fire up their coal plants, they don't need you anymore, Doug. They don't need Ontario's power anymore. All your excess that you send them, dirt cheap, is the only reason they buy it, by the way. You know what do you do? Ship it to Europe? Because that's where everybody wants it. They want a union with Europe. Yeah, let's see you ship power across the Atlantic. What are you going to do? Unbelievable. So that's not going to work. Shutting off the plant, that won't work. Jump tariffs? Doesn't matter. You jump the tariff rates, and guess what? Trump's going to jump them even higher. He's going to double down on what you're putting down. So that's not going to work. It's going to make it worse. And I mean, they're going to start on April 2nd. Trump said they're starting on April 2nd. So now what are you going to do? Yeah, what do you got? Like 4 or 5 days here? What is it? 27th, 28th today. So you got 3-4 days, 5 days to figure it all out there, Colonel Ford. He said it's going to happen. He said it's going to happen. No delaying or dropping it this time. So now Colonel Ford's got to inflict pain. Every time I hear these guys laugh, I laugh. I have to laugh. It's a joke. I mean, that rhetoric accomplishes nothing except hardening Trump in his stance on tariffs. That's all it does. Wouldn't it make more sense to try and work something out with him? But no, just a tough talk. He cannot inflict any pain on Americans anyway. Trump told them there is nothing in Canada America needs. He was clear about that. They have plenty of their own. They'll just cut Canada out completely out of the network. And then Doug Ford's going to have to try to find somebody else to buy the excess power, start shutting things down because they don't need it. Canadian politicians are the ones inflicting pain on Canadians. Now we go over to the other stooge, Art Carney, Norton. He's also taking this tough stance. He isn't going to talk to Trump at all unless he shows some respect to Canada. Okay, so where are you going, Norton? Well, Ralphie boy, I'm headed to Europe and make some deals with them. Ralphie boy, do you even know where Europe is? I don't even know where Europe is. See if I can join the EU. Maybe you can join the EU. Great idea there. Great idea there, Art Carney. That'd be great for all Canadians, wouldn't it? All goods have to be shipped for thousands of miles each way. Man, that would really lower the cost of goods, wouldn't it? And believe me, we get screwed by Europe anyway. Europe's been screwing everybody all the time. So you think you're going to get a better deal over there? Trump told everybody that. They've sent stuff one way and tariffed the crap out of anything going from Canada to Europe. They've been doing it for years, and that won't end. Nope, not a great plan, Mr. Former PM after April 28th. He ain't going to be around long, this guy. He says the old relationship is over economically and militarily. Oh, Canada's going to protect itself. Yeah, they're going to cancel the F-35s. That's going to really help. And I don't know what else they're going to cancel, but they're going to go to Europe and buy planes. Okay. I mean, Canada must fundamentally reimagine our economy, he said. That whole relationship is over. Now, that sounds painful to me. That sounds painful. And there's going to be a lot of pain reimagining what they've for the last 60 years, starting with Diefenbaker canceling the Avro Arrow, then moving on to PET, Trudeau, taking us into socialism and all the other baloney he pulled over the years. And then everybody else just followed suit with the globalists and WEF. And we end up with his son totally ruining the country. And now Art Carney, who's going to continue the fine tradition of screwing everybody. The old relationship was the U.S. based on deepening integration of our economies, and tight security and military cooperation is over. My question is, why is it over? Because you say so? It doesn't have to be over. Doesn't have to be over. All it would take is a little negotiation with a guy whose whole life has been spent negotiating deals. I mean, haven't you read his book, The Art of the Deal? You are the art, Art Carney, the art of the deal. You are the art. Now get down there and make a deal. What's the matter with you? Instead of creating a great environment for both companies to thrive, Norton is taking Canada on a new disastrous voyage to bankruptcy. Oh, it's going to hurt and hurt bad. Good thing is he'll be gone in 31 days. Yeah, he'll be gone in 31 days. PP hopefully will get elected, and that's it. Now, you think PP would take the hint? He's seeing these. How about Jagmeet Singh? He's another guy who's threatening everybody and everything. This guy's not even probably going to have a party status after they're finished with him. But he's also on the warpath with Trump. He's going to do this and that and blah blah blah. Now, you think PP? Here's a guy, PP, Pierre Poilievre. You think that he would look at this and say, everybody's saying these guys are whacked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say, you know what? First thing I do is go down and talk to Trump and see if we can hammer something out that works for both countries. Tell him that we're on his side. We want to make both countries great again. How can we get together and make that happen there, Mr. Trump, President Trump? No. He's on the same path as the other two yo-yos. He thinks attacking Trump is going to help him too. His message to President Trump: the world needs our products and our expertise. If you, Mr. Trump, there's no respect, Mr. Trump. The hell out of here. President Trump. You numbskull. If you do not want our products, the rest of the world does. Like who? You mean the third world countries that have no money? Okay. Who wants the rest of our product? Europe, that tariffs everything coming their way to protect their own industries. They're going to want our products. He goes on with a dire warning, PP. If you choose to go down this road, you will lose the greatest trading partner and friend you have ever had. And within 4 years of Canada's first conservative government, we will build a Canadian economic fortress that will allow us to be strong, self-reliant, stand on our own, and stand up to those dirty Americans. He didn't say dirty, but I threw that in there for dramatic effect. That's what it means to be Canadians first for a change. What a load of crap. What a load of crap. The only thing Canada has is $1.5 trillion of debt and a deficit running wild. If it was that easy there, PP, why didn't anyone think of that before? And how are you going to pull off this miracle in 4 years by running around telling people how great your agenda is? Please. I mean, what fantasy island do these people live on? Boss, the plane. They live in some world. I don't know what world it is. Can you tell me what world out there that they live in? Because it isn't the world I live in. Seriously, folks, where do they find these guys? Where do they find these candidates? I'm serious. I mean, is there any diplomat in Canada that can go down to Mar-a-Lago and talk to President Trump and try to figure this out? I mean, the only guy I can think of is Kevin O'Leary. He understands what a union between the U.S. and Canada would become the most powerful country and economy in the world. Nobody would mess with Canada or the USA in a merger. Not China, not Russia, nobody. But these other guys, their ego and thinking this is what Canadians want is making them stupid. Canadians want lower prices across the board. They want a better economy. They want to protect our borders. They want to keep us sovereign. I mean, do you think we can do all that on our own? No, we haven't. We're getting worse and worse. Things are even worse than they've ever been in Canada. We're going broke. I mean, not only is a union with the United States possible, it's inevitable if they keep it up. I don't get it. You actually think trading with Europe and Australia and Korea can replace the powerhouse U.S.? They're right next door. Every other country wants to deal with their 350 million people. 350 million people in there, and there are trillions of dollars of trade. Who doesn't want to do that? All countries want to trade with the U.S. and will continue to do so, even with tariffs. I mean, we're right here. We're right there. I could throw a rock and hit the border from here. Why are they doing this? I don't get. They must want to see Canada fail. I mean, you're killing Canada. Industry is going to move to the U.S. to avoid crippling tariffs if you keep this up. And it looks like every leader, save Max Bernier of the PPC, is moving in lockstep with the same rhetoric. None of this bodes well for Canada. I'm serious. I don't care who gets in. If they actually keep up this rhetoric, it's no good. And with Canadians booing Americans and hating on Americans and burning Tesla places, you're going to see it. This country's going to be a mess. I'm glad I'm old, because when the lights go out and the band is playing Near My God to Thee, I'll be dead and gone. I'll be dead and gone. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Who are you going to vote for? Who are you going to vote for? Carney? No, you can't vote for Carney. This guy's a big mess. I had to get Chris Regis in here. He's gonna give us the lowdown on Carney. He knows more about it than I do. But at the end of the day, we do have to vote April 28th, and I want everybody to get out and vote. That's my message. Go out and vote. Let's get a vote in. I don't care who you vote for. Just get out and vote, please. Please get out and vote. Got to get somebody good in there, but I guess we're going to have to settle with somebody okay because we don't have somebody who's good. Sorry. Hate to be the bearer of bad news all the time, but I mean, the truth is the truth. Oh, look at this guy. He just spit in here. Look at it. Can't wait to go for wings, I guess. He's bouncing around, banging into the curb. He don't care. This is like wacky out here. After last night, was there a full moon last night? I don't know what was going on. So how about whatever happened to? Once in a while I'll do this. Whatever happened to? Well, today I have a whatever happened to. And it's because we just passed the 11th anniversary of the disappearance of MH370, of that Malaysian Airlines plane that disappeared into the thin air with 239 people aboard. Remember that? All kinds of theories surround it, about the disappearance. 11 years ago, it went down and nobody ever found it or saw it again. Look at this guy. Wow, some wild people around here. Terrorism, aliens, maybe even one of these guys walking by. Even theft. People think they stole the plane. They hijacked and stole it for money. But nobody's really worked out what happened to it. Now, the company, Ocean Infinity, the ones that did the very first full-scale search way back when, is back on the job after giving up the search in 2018. Over the years, 30 pieces have been found on the shores of beaches in Africa and Mozambique and a few other places, but nothing major. Nothing major has been found in this plane. They don't know what happened to it. They can only go by handshakes, connections that the plane had made with satellites and stuff and that kind of thing to kind of get an idea of where it went. But once the transponder was turned off, that was basically, they don't know what happened to it other than the clues they can get. At one point, they actually made a hard left-hand turn in the plane to stay out of, I think it's Thailand's airspace. Because if they got into Thailand's airspace, they'd send jets up after it. But it made a bank before it got there. So whoever was controlling the plane, this isn't something an autopilot can do, knew where they were going and what they wanted to do with it. The Ocean Infinity has 18 months to search and discover the wreckage, a contract for 18 months. And if they find it, they're going to get a whopping $70 million. But they only get that if they find it. If they don't find it, they get squat, zippity doo dah. So you got to stay tuned to this one. They're motivated to find it, and they've already searched, I don't know, so many million square miles or something of the ocean. They have these a series of sonar that they put so far apart, and they just go straight down, and they can cover huge territories looking for parts. So they've already done a whack of the Indian Ocean there, the southeastern Indian Ocean and everything. They didn't find any last time, so they're going to hope they find it this time because 70 million bucks goes into the pot if they do find it. Now, Elon Musk has a whack of these robots, right? You saw him on TV doing things, talking to people, interacting with people. He had about 35 or 37. But that's just the start of it. And I'm going to get to that after my third sponsor, Hamel Machine Company. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You need anything done with metal. If you break anything of metal, if you need something made of metal, if you need something re-engineered made of metal, or plastic or nylon for that matter, because they have a 3D printer over there as well, that's the place to go. Been around since 1948, serving industry, and we know how important these small machine shops are for industry around the city. Any city needs a good machine shop to take care of that kind of thing. And Hamel is the place here in Niagara Falls that these industries turn to. The wine industry, richest products, cities, the region, they all tune in to Hamel Machine Shop when they want something done because Hamel knows what they're doing. They have the engineers, the electrical engineers, the IT people. They have it all, designers, and they can make anything that you need or repair anything that you need for your business or for your home. Want new gates for your backyard? Yeah, go talk to Hamel. They'll design them and build them for you. That's what they do, and they do it good since 1948. They do it the best. They do it the best. Everybody turns to Hamel. So don't just think it's for a big industry, although they're innovators. They invent machines that help industries save time and money. No problem. But at the end of the day, anybody can go there and they're going to take care of you and treat you right. That's the way they are. Hamel Machine Company, go to their website, hamelmachine.ca, and you will see the wonderful work they do. And I'm sure you're going to be impressed, and I'm sure you're going to give them a call if you need them. I know that's where I go. Hamel Machine Company, tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you, and we thank you so much for supporting our sponsors. They support the city. They support everything that goes on around the city. That's the way they are. They're city folk. It's a small business in Niagara Falls. Check them out today and give them your business. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. I think it's over here. Hit that subscribe button. Or is it over here? Yeah, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It'll give you a notification when I post another video. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to watch it. Now, when you watch it, it helps the algorithm. And it also sends it out to a bunch of different people. The more subscribers we get, I think I'm at about 115 or 16 now, last I looked. Let's get it to 150. We got elections coming up. People are going to want to tune in and find out what's going on with these characters. Anyway, let's move on. So Elon, pretty close to Elton, right? Elon, one letter T. Elon's building an army of robot warriors, and I think that we've seen the 35 or 37 he's already got. Don't be surprised if he's got hundreds, and I think we're going to see them if we get in a war, which that's possible the way things are going. You may see these robots out there armed and with guns and stuff, and they might be out in the battlefield. To be honest with you, yeah, can you imagine? But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Nobody's said that yet, but if you're building these things, I can imagine he's got hundreds of them. I mean, these friggin' things can build themselves. Let's face it. Elon builds the first few, programs them, and they can build each other. They can just build new ones as they want. They're probably building them now. He's got probably warehouses full of them. I know he's got them working in his plant, and then other people are going to be able to buy them to work in their plants. But he's got one that he calls Culina, Culina, Culina. And this robot is better than the best chefs in the world. Culina can whip up your favorite meal from intricate French pastries to a perfectly seared steak. with every meal being cooked to perfection. So this goes in the kitchen, this robot, and it makes you meals, whatever you want. And not only that, with AI, it also learns your preferences. So it learns how you like your steaks cooked. It learns how you like your toast. Oh, there's a dog in the meteor crater by himself. Oh no, there's Matt. Oh, there's somebody walking with him in there. Why is he let his dog in that slop pit? But anyway, yeah. So this cooling now is going to be able to cook your meals. Yeah, the cost of cooling now, if you want one, is $5,000. So for $5,000, you get this robot. And the robot goes in the kitchen and cooks your meals. Man, think of the money you're going to save not going out to these fancy restaurants to get gourmet meals by these world acclaimed chefs. Old Coolina can do it right in your own kitchen. Unbelievable. They charge you an arm and a leg. Well, you got somebody else's arm and a leg cooking it now. You don't have to worry about it. I can't even imagine having one of these, but guaranteed there are people who would want this. And it learns your preferences. So what the heck? I wonder if it does Windows. Well, I'd like to have some Coolina that would do Windows. I think that would be pretty cool. Windala. I don't know. But I'm sure it can be programmed to do more than cook. But it's not cooking, it's probably cleaning. Hey guys, don't have a wife? Hey, ho, ho. $5,000. It's probably cheaper than a wife, wouldn't you say? I don't know. I have to check into that. Keep your eyes open for that. I gotta see what goes on with that. That's coming. Okay, so Trump has directed, he's directed by executive order of the FBI to release and declassify all documents connected to Crossfire Hurricane. Now that's going to be good. We're going to find out the truth without that this witch hunt with Russia, and the Russian collusion with Trump's campaign that he was accused of by Shifty Shift and all those other clowns. For years, Trump has said this was a witch hunt and it was a weaponization of the FBI against this campaign. And at the end of the day, he appointed special counsel Robert Mueller. That he was appointed. Robert Mueller was appointed to investigate it, and he could not establish that Trump or his campaign members coordinated or conspired with the Russians in an attempt to affect the 2016 election. There was no conclusion reached regarding obstruction. So Trump is going to go in there and he is going to release all the documents, and we'll find out exactly what happened, what Mueller had to say in this report and everything else. The truth is going to come out quick, and people are going to be indicted over his this with any luck. Game's over for these left-wing radicals. It's over. They're still trying to do stuff with him. They're still trying to do it. You know, coming out with these Democratic judges stopping these planes, taking these hardened criminals and back to their gang members, back to their home country or down to El Salvador. But the game's over. And while he's at it, he's also going to investigate and release any information to the 2020 election. Says that people are going to see how much he won by and take anyone involved in fixing the election to task. This is going to be interesting because I think everybody right now knows that you can't be ahead by 500,000 votes at 3:30 in the morning and wake up the next morning and you lost by 300,000. That's impossible. So now we're going to find out how it was done with any luck. I can't see that hurting anything. Let's find out. I think the public deserves to know what they voted, who got elected for real, who was playing games. It's not all peaches and cream for Trump right now, though, because he's got a lot going on. I mean, he's got the Middle East to deal with, Hamas, the Houthis. He's bombing the hell out of them. He's got the Ukraine-Russian problem to deal with. He's got Europe to deal with, and all these tariff wars. And it was revealed yesterday that an invite into a confidential group chat mistakenly allowed a journalist for a hacked paper called The Atlantic. The guy's name is Jeffrey Goldberg, into the chat, which was announcing a raid in Yemen. Goldberg was sent the war plan, which Goldberg called an attack plan. Right after Goldberg released this information, Trump took to social media to announce that a decisive, powerful airstrike had been launched on the Houthis in Yemen. So this was the plan. It actually happened. And this guy, for some odd reason, was on the list and he got wind of it. The journalist revealed that he was texted precise information about weapons, packages, targets, and timing. He has released the names of the accounts included in the group, but will not say whether the names were indeed the government officials or people acting on their behalf, their own behalf, or other people. They were acting on their behalf. In other words, if Hegseth sent the order, it may not have come from him. Somebody else might have released it to the public. Goldberg also released transcripts of conversations between Hegseth and the VP regarding the attack, which showed deep and thoughtful policy coordination between the executive office and the Department of Defense and other senior officials, including one person only named NAR, and they're thinking that's Marco Rubio. So this wasn't done just on a whim of Trump. Go bomb those guys. They had a lot of discussions about it, how they were going to do it, if they should do it, and it was there was a lot of discussions, deep and thoughtful policy. This Goldberg said between the executives in the executive office. Now the left wing, of course, is making out a lot worse than it is, since nothing was affected and the operation went off without a hitch. Some people are wondering if the Atlantic reporter that broke the story was actually put on the list on purpose, as they knew he would release it and get the story showing that the Department of Defense is not sitting still and is moving forward without hesitation to clean up the Middle East. So they're wondering if this was a plant. Although Goldberg says he received attack plans, the released information contained no names, no targets, no locations, no units involved, no routes, no sources, no methods, and no classified information. So if they were war plans, they're the worst war plans ever. It looks like a big nothing burger created by the left-wing media, and they're making a big deal out of it now, hearings and everything. Whoever put this hack on the list by accident or otherwise should be reprimanded. I mean, that's, like it shouldn't go to him. That's for sure. But at the end of the day, no harm, no foul. The platform uses one that is used by all government agencies, so it's not something anyone used on their own. They just didn't go to what do you call that? WhatsApp or whatever, WhatsApp or whatever it's called, and use that. Someone added this hack to the list. They don't know who. They'll find out. But that's basically the end of the story. The left is pushing for the resignation of Hegseth, but that's probably not going to happen over this. And another thing, when you think about this, did the Atlantic publish classified information? Because that right there is a crime. Even though they have the information, if it's classified, it could put Americans in jeopardy. They shouldn't be releasing it. But obviously, they looked at it and said, "No, this isn't classified. There's nothing. There's nothing there. No sources, no methods, no units involved, no routes, no times, no names, no targets." They just said they were going to do it. So basically, if they released it, it wouldn't have been classified, or they wouldn't have released it. That's why they went ahead and published it. They know it's a big nothing, or they wouldn't have published it because they can get in big trouble for it. I mean, that's yeah. You're putting people in harm's way by publishing it. No, that's a no. You don't do that. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't think anything's going to happen with it, but it's a little of a glitch in the Trump cabinet. They're releasing this kind of information. Whoever did it should be reprimanded for sure. What extent they're going to reprimand them, he might get released or fired or whatever, but either way. Now, did anybody, you talk about whack jobs, did anybody see the video of that 450-pound Texas man repeatedly running his mini four-wheeler into a Tesla Cybertruck? Did you see this? This big guy, 10 times the size of me, on a mini four-wheeler, he just kept backing up and running it right into the right into the Cybertruck. Boom, boom. Now Cybertrucks are bulletproof. I mean, you can hammer these things and they're okay. This guy, he's a mental case, and he did it to a few others. Of course, the Cybertrucks, you're not going to wreck them. He did little or no damage to the truck, superficial. The authorities are taking this as a terrorist attack on Musk. The guy was charged with one felony count of criminal mischief and failure to identify. He targeted more than one Cybertruck, and authorities are trying to figure out exactly how many he smashed with this thing. He damaged. Now, Tesla vehicles, all of them, have cameras all the way around them. The security system sets off cameras immediately when somebody does something. So they've got them all on. They got it all on video. They just got to review the videos. They'll see what he did. But they got him on video doing this one. It was from a dealership or something. The cameras were on the lot. Easy catch by police. The guy's being held on $105,000 bond. And he also used an object to scratch the word Elon on two different vehicles. I don't get it. These left-wing people who are crying about the environment, about saving the environment. Elon comes up with the first real electric car that's mass built and can go any distance. And they embraced it. He was their hero. Now we can get rid of our carbon, our polluting gas guzzling vehicles and go with this ecological friendly unit, which it really wasn't, but we don't have to worry. We're driving an electric vehicle. No pollution. You know what? They're the ones that they're smashing each other's cars now. These lunatics. They're smashing each other's cars, setting them on fire, setting charging stations on fire. Dealers, they're firebombing dealers. And one ship was attacked by a person that left multiple incendiary devices in the dealership. So they left bombs in there. The cops had to go in with the bomb squad. Now, another man was arrested in Las Vegas as he threw a Molotov cocktail through the front window of a Tesla shop, which torched several vehicles. Now, this guy's been charged with destruction of property, arson, and possessing a fire device. Federal charges are going to be laid, and this could be taken as a terrorist attack, domestic terrorism, and AG Pam Bondi is not going to let any of this slide. She's prosecuting. These domestic terrorists are going to be charged under the full extent of the law. So the man allegedly had ties to communist groups and Palestinian causes. His DNA samples were collected at the scene. And when they raided his apartment, they found rifles, shotguns, gun parts, and ammunition. So, I mean, this isn't a joke, ladies and gentlemen. If you got a Tesla, I'd be concerned. And they're doing it in Canada. They goofed up 80 vehicles up in Hamilton Mountain at the Tesla dealership. So if you got a Tesla, be careful. Keep an eye on it. These people are running around. This isn't a joke. This isn't a fantasy. This is happening right now, real time. Now, this guy who firebombed the Las Vegas dealership, he might be going, I think he's going to go on a nice vacation to El Salvador. He might go on a few years in El Salvador just to calm him down a little bit. And if he is an American, he's going to be deported back to wherever he's from. And he's not from, I think he's from Korea or Vietnam or Korea. He looks like he's Asian for sure. I'm just not sure. His last name is Kim. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking Kim is Korean. Anyway, that's what's going on Friday. We have the weekend coming up. And you know it's going to be wacky all weekend. You know, I sit by the TV these days with a book, and I write stuff down that's going on. There's just so much going on between these politicians in Canada and their argument with the United States, and just they're just not doing it right. I don't believe they're doing it right. I think there's a way to do it, and that's not it. thing is, I don't know. Maybe Trump will just not do it on April 2nd. I mean, he's done that before too. So I really don't think he wants to hurt Canadians or anything. He just wants these guys to get their act together. That's what he wants. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll know by next week. I mean, whether he's going to do it or not, and what the Canada's reply is, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And then we got to pick a prime minister. Oh man, it doesn't get easy for Canadians. I'm going to tell you, poor Canadians, poor Canadians. It doesn't get easier for them, and it doesn't get easier for me neither. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is your city. Your voice coming to you live from downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, in the studios of 4680Q. Have a great weekend, everybody. I hope it's supposed to rain all weekend. Somebody told me. I mean, hey, April showers bring May flowers. You know that. So, anyway, have a great weekend. God bless you all. Tune in on Monday for Manic Monday. Maybe I'll get somebody in here to attack this stuff with me. And see what we can come up with here on Your City, Your Voice. Support our sponsors, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, and Hamill Machine Company. They support the city. Support them. Tell them Paul sent you from Your City, Your Voice. They'll be happy to hear that. And I guess we have to go through the weekend and wait till Monday to hear more and see what's going on. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. See you Monday. Enjoy. Ciao, ciao for now. And I'm surrounded by stunads all the time. And when I am, I'm going to tell you all about them. Come on, keep giving it to me on Facebook. I love it on the show. Take care, everybody. Ciao, ciao.